We don't yet know why this individual did what he did. And it's fair to say that anybody who does this has a sickness in their minds, regardless of what they think their motivations may be.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan McCarthy. That was President Obama speaking on the tragedy that struck this afternoon. 10 people have been killed, 7 are wounded at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, becoming the deadliest shooting in the state of Oregon. News Channel 21's Kendra Kent is in Roseburg with the very latest. She joins us now with more. Kendra?
Dan, we are just now hearing reports that 3 pistols and a rifle have been recovered from this scene. We are not at the college right now, but we are just about a mile away from it where they have blocked off the road here. We're at Del Rio Road and Umpqua College Road. I'm going to step out of the shot so you guys can see. They are letting homeowners in right now, but nobody else is coming through. Dozens and dozens of police cars have been in and out of here. I'm told that hundreds of officers are investigating. We do know that 10 people are dead and at least 7 are injured after a 20-year-old male shooter opened gunfire at the campus around 10:30 this morning. We do not know the identity of the suspected shooter who was killed by police in a gunfight. We also do not know the identities of the victims. Now, the sheriff's office had just said that they do not expect to release any names in this case for at least 24 to 48 hours. Now, some of the victims are at a hospital here in Roseburg, and others were taken to Springfield. And again, there are just hundreds of police officers on this campus. We're hearing that maybe a shooter was talking to the class about religion before opening fire. Of course, there are still just so many questions, and right now students and the families are meeting each other at the Douglas County Fairgrounds. We do have a reporter who was there speaking with people, and you are going to hear from some of them coming up here in just a little bit. But back out here live, no word yet on when this road is going to reopen. And of course, the biggest question is why and how did this happen? A lot of people talking about now, was there any sort of campus security? And we are hearing no, there was not. And President Obama did speak about this. Governor Kate Brown is here. People are just reeling from this tragedy, and our hearts are, of course, with the victims and their families. And Dan, we're going to send it back to you.
That was Kendra Kent joining us from Roseburg. She and Pedro Quintana will continue to update us on the very latest tonight. Locally, many people in Central Oregon are beginning to feel the effects from this morning's shootings as well. Emily Kirk joins us from the control room with more. Emily, what have you learned from people today?
Well, Dan, the small town of Roseburg is just over 20,000 people in size. Now, Umpqua Community College there educates young adults, transfer students, and non-traditional students as well. Now, often those raised in Southern Oregon use this school as a way of earning a degree, and many people tonight are in disbelief. The small town of Roseburg in Southern Oregon, rocked by a shooting at the local community college.
Well, the college itself is spread out in different types of structures. They're not adjoined like some of the facilities that are around the state.
Bill Gregory was born and raised in Roseburg, graduating from Roseburg High School in 1976.
The college itself, Umpqua Community College, is in a beautiful spot up the Umpqua River, the North Umpqua, out of Roseburg, and it's just a beautiful setting for a campus that offers so much to students.
Students, just 4 days into the school year, eager to learn.
Something like that to disrupt their lives like this is going to be horrific, and to be able to concentrate and not have that in the back of your mind as you're sitting in your classroom.
A day sure to be felt in this small community for some time.
Oh, it was just devastated. Anywhere it'd be devastating, but come from a nice, beautiful community as the town of Roseburg is such a tragic thing.
And we are continuing our team coverage from Southern Oregon this afternoon. I'm also working to learn what our lawmakers are saying in response to this shooting. Again, Kendra Kent and Pedro Quintana are working to learn more information. Live in our control room, Emily Kirk, News Channel 21.
Emily, thanks. Reaction can be easy to come by in a day like today, but now officials at Central Oregon Community College are bringing results. Laura Martinez joins us in studio with more. Lauren?
Dan, I spoke with a public safety officer, Jim Bennett, at Bend's campus. He says the school's fully prepared to handle this kind of emergency. September 12th of last year, Bennett conducted COCC's Bend campus's active shooter drill. Bennett says the drill was a combined effort from different community agencies and law enforcement that made the scenario as realistic as possible. He adds what happened at Umpqua Community College today is the perfect example that a shooting can happen at any time, anywhere.
Size doesn't matter when it comes to active shooter incidents and any type of active violence. Certainly the larger the institution, the more of a population you have, but really it only takes, unfortunately, that one person who has that motive and that means to do that terrible deed.
I also spoke with Matthew McCoy, Vice President of Administration. He says staff at COCC have friends and colleagues at Umpqua College. There are 17 community colleges in Oregon, and faculty see each other on a regular basis. A candlelight vigil will be held tomorrow night at Willie Hall. It's open to the public. I'll have more for our community college students and staff at 6. Dan, back to you.
Laura Martinez joining us in studio, and for continuous coverage, you can head to KTVZ.com. Now let's get an update from meteorologist Russell Berth.
Hello everybody. It's another clear day. We do see some clouds overhead, but the temperatures have cooled down. We're at 72 degrees just right now, with the wind almost perfectly from the north under that 10-mile-per-hour mark. You'll notice across central Oregon we are a lot cooler, but not all of us. Up farther north, like in Jefferson County, we see Warm Springs has actually warmed up quite a bit yet again today. Farther south in Deschutes, we see that we're in the 60s now, and zooming out we can see that the satellite is showing that some more clouds are actually coming, but not for most of us, just to southeastern Deschutes and then into Crook County. The rest of us will be clearing out, making tonight another cool night. We'll talk about 42 degrees. It will be a little bit breezy with winds just under 10 miles per hour, but stay tuned because I'll break it down city by city, talking about which cities are getting to that freezing point. But for now, Dan, let's head back to you.
Russell, thanks. We'll see you then. At 12 a.m., recreational marijuana became legal in the state of Oregon, and we wanted to be there to catch the commotion. News Channel 21's Alex Biston has the story.
We're all super stoked to be here. It's the dawn of a new era. So, here's the order.
When the clock struck 12, the pot came out.
Everyone's just in a really great mood. You know, it's a lot of happy people, and we're stoked to have everybody.
If you are over 21, starting today, you will be able to walk into this store and buy recreational marijuana. Sam Stapleton is the owner of Diamond Tree Dispensary, and he says this is a huge milestone for his business.
Most of the public now, I think, is embracing it, and so it's just, it's awesome that stigma's dying down, and it's going to become more of, everyday life.
Customers started lining up hours before midnight, calling this a historic day.
I don't think it should have been something that was against the law. It's about time.
And Stapleton agrees. He is also hoping this new law will change the stigma associated with smoking pot.
I think there's a lot of people that just don't know a lot about cannabis and all the cool things that it does. It's just great that it's going mainstream and it's getting more generally accepted in society. So it's really great.
That was Alex Biston reporting. The party will be continuing all throughout the day with a bigger kickoff event tonight. And if you remember to plan to purchase recreational marijuana, you must be over the age of 21 and show valid ID. We will be continuing our team coverage of the tragedy out of Roseburg today. Stay with us on News Channel 21.
Listen up, pro football fans. It's time for you to make your football picks with the News Channel 21 Pigskin Payoff, brought to you by Jack in the Box. Play against me, other Central Oregonians, and players from across the country. You can win an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii or a 55-inch HD TV just by picking the most winning teams. Plus, weekly prizes for the person with the most correct picks, and I'll give you the winners each week live on News Channel 21. Log on to KTVZ.com, click on the contest tab, and register today for the Pigskin Payoff.
Red Martini, Wine Bar and Grill. Casual elegance. Spectacular martinis. Small plates, big flavors. Red Martini, Wine Bar and Grill. Nestled in the heart of the Antique District in historic downtown Redmond.
Go team, save money, buy happy. I used to drive an old Saturn and now I drive a new Hyundai.
It's easy for you to start driving a new Hyundai because Team Hyundai has more choices for only $99 a month.
All the girls at my work, like when I first got my new car, they all came out and saw it and they're like, I'm gonna go get me one. And I was like, yeah, just tell them I sent you there.
For only $99 a month, you can choose a Hyundai Elantra or a Hyundai Sonata.
Thanks, team.
I just got the best night's sleep on this Beauty Rest mattress. This is cause for celebration.
The Beauty Rest Recharge line with pocketed coil technology. Get your Beauty Rest.
October is a-rockin' at Wilson's of Redmond and Wilson's Mattress Gallery Bend.
With 52-month interest-free financing.
That's no interest until 2020 with 52 equal payments.
At Wilson's of Redmond and Wilson's Mattress Gallery Bend.
The Local Alert Weather Forecast is brought to you by Central Oregon Heating and Cooling. Now, Central Oregon's Local Alert Weather with meteorologist Russell Bird.
Hello everybody, we have another pretty day today. We are seeing some clouds moving through, and the time lapse will reveal that we do have some blue skies peeking on through. But as we get later into the evening, some clouds are returning. Despite that, our temperatures are falling. We can see that right now, 71 in Bend, 75 in Redmond, but not everybody. Farther north, the Dalles are a little bit warmer up there, and also Medford just under that 80-degree mark at that 79. What does this mean for the past 24 hours? Well, it means that for us, actually, our temperatures stayed close to the same. In Bend, a little bit cooler, also southern Deschutes, and as indicated by the yellow, positive or no change with that Redmond at 0. Look at Lakeview, quite a bit cooler. We're seeing another system come in, and it's already hit Lakeview. It's heading our way. We can see the clouds kind of pushing up here just a touch. It will be clearing out later tonight, but that will continue into tomorrow, and we'll start seeing that cool down. There's the low that we just saw on the satellite map. Now watch as it actually moves away from us, carrying the rain with it. But it will allow for cooler air to push on in, and this will bring us a pretty big cool down heading our way. There's a separate system that will continue to move on down, and that will actually give us a chance for showers as we approach the weekend. But for now, just that low pressure system that's pushing through as we speak, not really a good chance for rain. Our hourly forecast will reveal that we are going to stay clear. You can see clearly here just some passing high clouds, and then in the afternoon tomorrow we'll see some more clouds returning. But because it's clear tonight, it's going to be another cool night. But look at the variation between temperatures between the overnight lows and tomorrow's highs. Still a big difference despite the fact that it's actually going to be a decent amount cooler tomorrow than it was today. You can even see the top of the high desert, Warm Springs dropping almost about 40 degrees, or 4 degrees, excuse me, 40, no way. But looking at the bus stop forecast, getting the kids ready, just make sure they have the graphic, or just make sure they have the jacket, I'm sorry. But other than that, it should be okay. And our 7-day forecast showing that we do have the sunshine, and then as we move through, we'll add a slight chance for showers by Saturday. After that, we're looking dry. We're also going to warm up from that cool down to that 61 on Saturday, all the way up back to the lower 70s as we move later into the week. We'll be right back after this.
Primetime Lineup is brought to you by Powder House Ski and Patio, the largest selection of patio furniture in Central Oregon.
I was getting into my car one morning when I heard it sounded like a kitten was trapped in my car, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Neither could my husband, and neither could the fire department. We couldn't lure it out, so we decided to drive very slowly to Les Schwab. The team took my car apart.
Oh, here he is.
And rescued the kitten. Today he's alive and well and spoiled rotten. I'm Andrea Duvall, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Ford Focus on Child Hunger is an effort here in the region to make sure that our kids are getting enough to eat by providing more food to families in need. In 2014, our peanut butter drive collected over 30,000 pounds of peanut butter. And over the last 2 years, we provided over 1 million snacks and lunches in the Northwest. When kids have the nutritious food they need, they really can just be kids. The partnership between Ford Fund, local food banks, and the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing. That's really what it means to go further.
Don't let a bad mattress get in the way of a great night's sleep. Shop Bedmart's back relief sale and save on all pocketed coil mattress sets. For a limited time, get an ultra-conforming Kingsdown, now up to $300 off. It's time to sleep well and save money today. Be BedSmart. Shop Bedmart.
A car gives you freedom, room to grow, and in time, room to grow up. Your dream car evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
It's morning in Central Oregon, and there's a lot to do. So you make that giant leap and enjoy the best part of the day.
Beautiful, beautiful morning here in Central Oregon.
Kick-starting your morning with News Channel 21 at sunrise, so you're ready to roll. Early risers, thanks for making us your show. News Channel 21 at sunrise. We're so glad to be your home.
We're headed back out to Roseburg, where tragedy struck and 10 Umpqua Community College students were killed in the largest mass shooting ever on Oregon soil. News Channel 21's Pedro Quintana is at the scene right now. Live, he spoke with locals affected. Pedro?
Yeah, good evening, Dan. This mass shooting has left the community of Roseburg just in shock as students fled the scene from their classrooms at the Umpqua Community College. Now I just got back from the scene at Douglas. Right now, the scene is currently still active right now. As you can see, I'm going to step out of the way. That way you guys can take a look of what's going on right now. Now, I just went to the Douglas County Fairgrounds where I spoke to Hannah Miles, who was a student there who heard 5 shots when she was in her first classroom this morning. Now, also, she said that people were panicking and were rushing out of the classrooms. They were able to get and find shelter at the local bookstore on campus. She said she was able to talk to her parents to let them know that there was an active shooter. Now, coming up tonight at 10 and 11, I'll have the full story with Hannah Miles and also get some reaction on parents in regards to how scared they were, in regards to where were they at when they first heard the news about this active shooter on Umpqua Community College. Live in Roseburg, Pedro Quintana, News Channel 21.
Pedro, thanks. Now we turn to a bit of a larger scope on the state of Oregon and the nation as many leaders expressed their feelings today after these shootings. Emily Kirk joins us live in the studio. Emily, what are lawmakers saying?
Well, Dan, House speakers, local representatives, and the president all releasing statements today. Representative Earl Blumenauer released this statement saying, "My heart breaks for the Umpqua Community College family and the surrounding community as we struggle to cope with this tragedy." Now, House Speaker Tina Kotek says today's tragic shooting at Umpqua Community College is heartbreaking for all Oregonians. "My thoughts are with the victims, their families, and the first responders in Roseburg today." Representative Newt Bueller of Bend is a Southern Oregon native, and he says, "I'm devastated by the horrific events that took place there today. There will be very difficult days ahead. But I know the people of Roseburg community, as we always do, will emerge stronger and more united than ever before." Now, many of you on Facebook are also sharing your thoughts with us, and we do thank you for those well wishes. For now, Dan, back to you.
Emily, thanks, and we look to share some of those coming up in our later newscasts tonight. A Redmond man is sentenced to 9 years in prison, and his driver's license is suspended for life, more than a year after a crash that killed his 7-year-old stepdaughter. That's the sentence handed down at a Bend courtroom this afternoon for 33-year-old William Fix. He changed his plea and was convicted of criminally negligent homicide, assault, and drunk driving. Fix lost control of his SUV on Highway 97 after a birthday party in a crash that also seriously injured 2 young girls. A Prineville man accused of collecting and trading child pornography is caught in Florida after fleeing the state. Oregon State Police say 34-year-old Ryan Babcock was arrested during a raid on his home in June. They say he later posted bail and left the state. A nationwide warrant for his arrest was issued when 2 minor victims were identified. Babcock was arrested a month ago in Jacksonville, Florida. Federal marshals are now bringing him back to Prineville to face those charges. Minutes, even seconds count when it comes to saving a life. But sometimes it takes dollars and a creative new approach to save time when there's little time left. Bend Fire's new quick response vehicles, which taxpayers voted to fund last year, are now on the streets. It's the first of its kind in the state of Oregon, and firefighters say it's off to a great start.
By utilizing these BLS employees, we're able to keep our advanced life support units available for more severe calls.
Nora says the BLS system helps reduce response times, increasing stations' ability to get the right resources to that patient. The number of Oregon students homeless during the past school year has increased. The state education department says that more than 20,000 students were homeless at some point during the 2014-2015 school year. That number jumping by more than 1,600 students compared to the previous year. The department reports that a 23% increase in students classified as unsheltered. That means they lived in a vehicle, a tent, or some other form of substandard housing. We're continuing our team coverage of the Umpqua Community College shooting today in Roseburg. Please stay with us.
Keep your family fire safe. Join News Channel 21 for Firebusters, October 5th through 9th at 6 p.m. Each night will focus on one of 5 fire safety tips. Brought to you by AirLink and StudentSaver.com.
You spend a lifetime holding on, and you open their eyes to the world around them. You have a dream, so you make a plan for their future. And as you watch them grow into their own, you realize it's going to be okay. And that makes letting go just a little bit easier. The Oregon College Savings Plan. Imagine the possibilities.
Go team, save money. I bought my brand new Kia Soul at Team Kia.
During Team's Your Choice sale, you can choose a 2016 Kia Soul or Kia Forte for only $139 a month, or go for an all-wheel drive Kia Sportage for only $189 a month.
I've always been a truck girl, now I drive a Kia Soul. It's classic and hipster, just like me.
And it's your last chance to drive a 2015 Kia Optima for only $99 a month.
Thanks, Team Kia.
Right now at Sleep Train, get up to 48 months interest-free financing on Tempur-Pedic. Save $300 on Beauty Rest and Posturepedic, or choose $300 in free gifts with Stearns & Foster. The Triple Choice Sale is on now at Sleep Train.
No science necessary, just luck after this teacher brought home an exciting lottery win. Patrick Brown, a science teacher from Redmond, will be adding to his savings for a new home after he won $4,500 playing Oregon's game, Megabucks. Patrick Brown, a science teacher from Redmond, won more than $4,500 playing Oregon's game, Megabucks.
Student enrollment at Ben Lapine schools continues to increase. The district is up 371 students since this time last year. That's an increase of about 2% above last year's enrollment. The opening of 2 new schools this fall helped the district to better balance enrollment among the Bend area elementary and middle schools. And Bend Commerce Chamber held their annual economic breakfast at the River House this morning. The event featured an in-depth analysis for the previous fiscal year and suggested several possible conclusions. The good news, Central Oregon looks set for growth. The bad news, there's always some growing pains.
Clearly, Deschutes County is going to be in a phase of growth for at a macro level for a long time. I think one of the main obstacles or challenges is going to continue to be, hiring and just attracting and hiring enough talent to allow the local companies to scale. And that's a challenge whether you're a tech company in San Francisco or Portland or Seattle or Bend.
Panelists included Damon Runberg from the Oregon Department and Dino Vendetti. He's the managing director of Seven Peaks Ventures. Now let's get a look from what's coming up on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
On this very busy news day, we're covering 2 major stories. That shooting at a community college in southern Oregon. We'll tell you what we know about the victims and the shooter. Also, we're covering Hurricane Joaquin, now a Category 4, but a major development in the forecast even as communities up and down the East Coast prepare for a possible landfall. All that and more, and we see you tonight for NBC Nightly News.
Cabin fever creeps in. You hear the call of a bluebird sky. Winter's canvas awaits. Leave your mark. Sunriver style.
The Honda for You sales event is happening now, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Honda Civic. Our best Civic yet was named a KBB.com Best Buy and is the best-selling car in its class. The Civic is also loaded with standard features. So hurry into your Honda dealer today, and you could get a great deal on a 2015 Civic during the Honda for You sales event.
A
Attention business owners, health insurance renewal rates are going up. You need an affordable health plan.
The Bend Chambers Association Health Plan carried by Pacific Source offers the most affordable plan.
It's time for you to make your dream come true and become one of the many businesses with benefits and happy employees.
Get health, dental, and vision coverage today in partnership with your Chamber of Commerce. All you need to qualify is 2 or more full-time employees.
Call your chamber or visit bendchamber.org.
Where Bend does business.
At Hippo Financial, people are always asking us, so what's with the Hippo? Well, we like to think big. No, even bigger. Big, as in saving our clients over $25 million in interest in 2014 alone. Now that's huge. Whether you're buying it, building it, or refinancing it, Hippo Financial takes the mystery out of home loans and finds you the best product at the best rate. Hippo Financial of Bend. Big service, huge selection, enormous experience. Call to speak with a local loan expert today.
We're continuing our team coverage of the Umpqua Community College shooting. Kendra Kent is live on the scene in Roseburg. She joins us now with the very latest. Kendra?
Dan, sheriff's deputies just told me that this is the only road going into Umpqua College here, and it is shut down. And they did tell me it's going to be shut down for the rest of the night and also probably most of tomorrow morning. Now I'm going to step out of the shot so I can give you a little bit of perspective here of where we're at. We're in Roseburg at Del Rio Road and Umpqua College Road. We are about a mile away from the campus. We did recently learn that 3 pistols and a rifle were recovered from the scene. We know that 10 people have died here and at least 7 are injured after a 20-year-old male shooter opened gunfire on the campus around 10:30 this morning. We do not know the identities of the suspected shooter. He was killed by police in a gunfight. We also do not know the identities yet of the victims. And we were told that no names are going to be released for at least 24 to 48 hours in this case. Some of the patients are at a hospital here in Roseburg and more were taken to Springfield. And there are hundreds of police officers still investigating this scene. They've been coming in and out of this road since we've been here. They are letting some homeowners in, but I'm told that it is going to be a long process of interviews and just collecting that evidence. Right now, students are able to meet with their families at Douglas County Fairgrounds, and we did have a reporter there actually talking with people. Now, back out here live, there are still so many questions as to why this happened. Sheriff's deputies say they are not ready to release the motive behind this shooting. So, of course, this is just such a heartbreaking tragedy, and so many people here still confused in this community and our state, and, of course, across the nation. Live in Roseburg, Kendra Kent, News Channel 21.
Kendra, thanks. She and Pedro Quintana will continue to be on scene throughout all of our newscasts, so stay tuned at 6, 10, and 11 tonight for the latest coverage, as well as we continue into the morning show to continue our coverage there. We're taking a quick break. We're back after this.
1 in 10 children will be sexually abused before their 18th birthday. That's almost 4,500 kids at any given time in Central Oregon alone. Many will never tell. Take a Darkness to Light training class to recognize the signs of abuse, respond to suspicions, and prevent child sexual abuse in our community. Are you the one with courage to speak up and save a child? To take a training, visit kidcenter.org.
Ford Focus on Child Hunger is an effort here in the region to make sure that our kids are getting enough to eat by providing more food to families in need. In 2014, our peanut butter drive collected over 30,000 pounds of peanut butter. And over the last 2 years, we provided over 1 million snacks and lunches in the Northwest. When kids have the nutritious food they need, they really can just be kids. The partnership between Ford Fund, local food banks, and the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing. That's really what it means to go further.
Can your hearing aid do this? Full shell and behind the ear hearing aids can dislodge or become lost during vigorous physical activity. At Kenyon Audiology, our completely in canal hearing aids are designed to fit securely in your ear so you can maintain your active lifestyle. At Kenyon Audiology, we don't just sell hearing aids, we make them. And I don't just make them, I wear them.
So do I.
Kenyon Audiology. Stay active.
Wilson's of Redmond and Wilson's Mattress Gallery Bend introduced the ultimate in individual comfort, for two, because no two people agree on comfort. Comfort Air, a select comfort company, gives you the key to complete digital adjustability on both sides of the bed. And as you change, your comfort level can change continuously. Take a closer look at Comfort Air, the original airbed company, at Wilson's Mattress Gallery Bend and Wilson's of Redmond.
Our 7-day forecast does look pleasant, but we're going to add a slight chance for showers by the time we get into Saturday. And after that, it's sunny.
NBC Nightly News is next. Good night.
Tonight, breaking news on two major fronts. Massacre on campus, a mass shooting at an Oregon college. Police rushing to the scene, engaging the gunman in a shootout. The death toll in double digits. Many others injured. Tonight, we're live from the scene with all the latest in this still developing tragedy. And epic storms. Joaquin now strengthened to an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane. A race to protect the shoreline as states of emergency are declared up and down the East Coast, where a deadly second storm is already battering areas with rainfall and flooding of potentially historic proportions. Nightly News begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in